In Defense of Christians is holding its 8th annual summit this week. The focus, combating oppression and empowering the oppressed. The two-day summit will include a dinner and panel discussions with experts. In Defense of Christians hopes to bring people together to be a voice to the voiceless, specifically for Christians in the Middle East and in Africa. And joining me now to discuss this is Sarah Bassil, Director of Communications and Outreach for In Defense of Christians. Sarah, welcome back. So good to see you. So can you share with us a little bit more about the summit? We mentioned this is the 8th year. Why was it first created and how's it grown through the years?
Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me on the show, Tracy. As you mentioned, this is our 8th annual summit. In Defense of Christians was created as a result of the genocide of Christians in Iraq through the Islamic State's efforts. And so as a response to that, we've put in a lot of work in creating this organization. And for many years, we've put together our annual summit to advocate and bring together our partner organization and advocates from across the country and our international partners to come together and be, like you said, a voice for the voiceless.
Yeah, and the theme this year is combating oppression and empowering the oppressed. Can you talk to us more about that and why it's so fitting now more than ever?
Yes, so our Solidarity Dinner is the big highlight event. And what we do in that Solidarity Dinner is bring together, like I said, advocates. But as the theme suggests, we are empowering the oppressed through our advocacy. And so an important reminder for our work is that it's not finished. You know, the Islamic State has been taken apart, but that doesn't mean that there's groups that aren't, breaking villages apart and burning churches. And so while we have churches in Mosul, Iraq, for example, ringing their bells again, there's still violence across Syria, across Iraq, newfound violence in Afghanistan, a genocide in Nigeria, instability in Lebanon. And so a number of different economic and violent things are hurting Christians across the world. But our Solidarity Dinner is an important reminder of the work that lies ahead and to highlight the work that we've put in advocating for these communities.
Yeah, and Sarah, you mentioned Afghanistan. Of course, we've been talking a lot about Afghanistan, the situation there. Now the Taliban is in control. As far as you know, what is life like for Christians right now there, and what most concerns you?
Well, what most concerns for us is the fact that the Taliban is targeting specifically the Christian communities there. It's no different than Christians in Iran or Christians in Iraq, what they're facing with an oppressive regime. We know that intolerance is part of the Taliban's ideology. And so we've seen this time and time again in the Middle East. And so we know that the Christians there, the many thousands that are left, are converts. And so that is specifically not prohibited in their code. And so we know that these communities are facing not only death, but danger to their families that are still there. And so we're very obviously concerned with what is happening. And the Solidarity Dinner is an important step for us to come together, the summit itself, come together and join efforts in how we are going to advocate for these communities, not only in Afghanistan, but across the region. We also thank our congressional leaders in their efforts to advocate for these persecuted communities. We have our honorary co-chairs, which include Jackie Spear of California, Gus Bilirakis of Florida, for their efforts, and a number of our congressional champions will be in attendance to receive their awards. So this dinner is an opportunity. The summit, in fact, is an opportunity for us to thank them for their efforts and to highlight the issues that Christians, not only in Afghanistan, but across the Middle East and Africa, are facing.
And Sarah, we have less than 30 seconds left, but quickly, if people would like to participate, how can they do so?
I encourage your viewers to join us by registering for the event at indefenseofchristians.org. Our events both on Tuesday and Wednesday will be streamed online. And so heading over to our website, registering and keeping in touch with us online is an important step in being a voice for the voiceless, as you mentioned.
Well, Sarah, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it. Sarah Bassil, Director of Communications and Outreach for In Defense of Christians. Thank you again.
Thank you. We look forward to having you tomorrow, Tracy.